What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. You know what I do. You know who it is. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments, man. I got a video right here that I wanted to jump in on because I just saw it come across my Instagram feed, and I'm going to show you the video, and then I'm going to respond to this video because one thing about me, the NBA is going on right now. We're in the playoffs. We're in the conference finals. And I mean, we're getting good games. So I'm gonna give them the credit right now. We're getting good games. The first game between both teams were amazing. Tonight's game against with the Cavs and Knicks was not very good, honestly. The Spurs Thunder game was pretty decent yesterday. It wasn't like the first one, but it was pretty decent. But one of the things that we're dealing with in the NBA right now is this incessant need to flop. And the arguably the best player in the league, and I'm not gonna sit here and say he is or he isn't, but arguably the best player in the league and two-time MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an incessant flopper. I mean, there's nothing else you can say other than this guy flops like crazy. He tips over like a deck of cards. He gets breathed on. It's a freaking catastrophe. And there was a video that popped across my screen earlier today that I did not save, but when you watch it, he doesn't even get touched half the time. And when he does get touched, it's such marginal contact. I'm all for calling real fouls. I'm not against calling real fouls by any means. But what I'm not for and I won't stand for is watching these ridiculous ticky-tack, nonsensical things get called. And to the credit of the referees in that game, yes, I believe the game was yesterday, they didn't call fouls on these. And these are fouls that he typically gets in the regular season. And it's just, he's not even, the problem that I have with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, as good as he is, he should not be searching for fouls like this. He is a foul baiter, and it's not even that he's a foul baiter. He's a foul producer based on the fake fugazi flops, not embellishments, but complete and utter flops for which he doesn't even get touched, or he gets his finger touched, or he jumps onto the guy's foot or next to the guy's foot or lands next to the guy's foot and then just falls on the ground randomly. So on the Rich Eisen show, Chris Webber, former NBA great, Hall of Famer, one of the all-time great power forwards of this game, he had some things to say about what's going on, and I want to show y'all this video, and then we're going to respond to it, man. So let's take a look right here. It's bigger. Okay. Let's take a listen.
And I played with players that flop. I hate it. I thought that the refs at the time would not take you serious. You know, it's from European soccer, guys coming over and doing that.
I'm wondering, is it a player pride thing that where players just like, if I can get away with it, I'll do it? Or is it the officials just need to quit taking the cheese here?
I put it on the officials to officiate the game. You know, a guy like Shaq couldn't flop, and I think he paid for it because we could hit him harder and tear him up. And I just think you have to look, you know, if my dad was in the room, I wouldn't let a guy weigh 100 pounds more push me and fall on the floor and flop. I'd be embarrassed in front of my pops. I think that guys can get away with it on the court because it works. However, I think it looks like
Joel Embiid, a prime example of Mr. Flopping. He's another flopper. This guy, I mean, Derek White, he outweighs him by 100 pounds. And Joel Embiid probably on this play fell on the ground and was like, oh, my God. But this is what they've allowed the NBA to become.
WWF. It looks like, you know, the fake, you know, I'm helping your momentum get you to the other side of the rope and all that good stuff. And it's just, we're just too good for it. Players are just too good for it. It's already hard enough to play the game. And so I really, I've never liked flopping.
Yeah, I mean, I came on the air the other day and said,
I want to stop this right now. The fact that this is going next to this LeBron thing where he's got his hand covering his face and he's looking up. I mean, we've seen Jimmy Butler do it. You've seen LeBron do it. And LeBron's a queen flopper. Like he's a queen of flopping. I mean, he flops all the damn time. He's a teammate who's a flopper like Luka Doncic.
saying coming off of the Oklahoma City win in game one, my timeline on my
Like, where was the foul there? There was no foul there. He just threw his leg out and drew a fake foul. That wasn't a foul.
phone was filled more with SGA,
Another non-foul.
moments, a montage of him not being touched and hitting the floor than it was of him making shots. And I'm like wondering, like, if it gets to the point where we're constantly talking about it and the league wants to do something about it, do you assess technicals?
I think
Well, the problem is they tried to do that before. They tried to assess technicals on flopping or assess fines on flopping or whatever it was, and they tried it and it failed because there's no consistency in it. There's no consistency. This is the reality. When I played in high school, and that's a long ass time ago, and by no means any level, not nowhere near the level of these players, obviously. But when I played in high school, you had to literally get run over to draw a charge. Like, I don't mean you could slide in. You'd have to get completely run over. And when I say run over, I mean run the fuck over. I remember trying to slide in for a charge. I remember this actually. I tried to slide in for this charge, and the dude landed on me. I mean, he was in the air and he landed on me, and it hurt. It hurt. It hurt me. I mean, I don't know if it hurt him, but it hurt me. And I can tell you, the floor we played on in my high school was basically tile. It wasn't, this softer wood substance that they use to play on right now. It was tile. It was like playing on concrete. So when you hit that ground, that crap hurt. And I remember another time where I drew a charge or tried to draw a charge, and the dude flat ran me over. And what you see in the NBA now, and in pro sport, in basketball in general, is these people aren't being run over; they're being tapped into, and then they flop. Even on charges, they just completely flop. They don't, and most of these charges are not charges, in my opinion. They're blocks because their feet are not set. They're not in position. Their shoulders are not in front of the player. I mean, I see so many bad charge calls that are blocks, and by the letter of the rule. And so, like, you had to really get run the hell over. And it's one thing to fall while you're in the air and on a layup and your momentum is going and you land on the ground, fine. But the way guys just flat out flop onto the ground so often when they're barely touched, whether it's even on a screen, like, you don't be really blown up. I mean, my son set a screen in basketball a year ago or so ago, where the kid just ran into him and just collapsed. I mean, no, he really knocked this dude out with that screen. It was a perfect screen, actually. He knocked the dude out. I mean, that dude went down like a pile of bricks. But a lot of times you'll see guys just fake it, and these are kids. They're too dumb to fake it, But the flopping is out of control, and you can call technicals. I mean, if you really, 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 really want to be an enforcer on it, I mean, realistically, there's a lot. It'd be real hard to draw a charge without the guy falling. And that's one of the issues. It's real hard to draw a charge. So if I'm standing there and you run into me hard and I don't move, then it's not a charge because I didn't move. But you see guys where they're just being smacked into, and if the guy doesn't move, like is Shaq really taking a charge? I mean, no, he's too big. The fall to the ground would do more damage to him than the guy hitting him. I mean, so it's a slippery slope. But yeah, the flopping, especially when you're shooting the basketball, to me is so out of control. It's ridiculous.
it'd be great if we penalized, for flopping. But I also think that, it's on the players because you should embellish. Embellishing is fine. It's just that the, flopping is just much more egregious than embellishing contact. And so it's a fine line, and it's happening fast. And I do believe most refs are trying to do their best in the game. And so, I think blame goes around everywhere, but I think it starts with the players. But I think, a couple of refs, I think a couple of calls, you need to let guys be embarrassed, because it wasn't a flop and say, get back up. Sometimes, guys, he's going to dribble twice. He's going to pump fake and wait, go in the air. And the ref is already calling the foul. And the ref needs to let the play happen. And I'm sure they're going over that, but I think players need to take, accountability when it comes to flopping. I hate flopping.
So that's Chris Webber. Look at some of these comments. Chris Webber is not a fan of flopping, foul baiting epidemic around the NBA and puts it on the officials to put a stop to it. Realistically, yeah, you got to embarrass these players. These players today are a product of their society. Soft. They're soft. Like that's Chris Webber's way of saying these motherfuckers are soft as butter. They are softer than butter. That's how soft these dudes are. They get away with everything. They don't do anything. They don't have they don't have real defense played. It's a patty cake league now that emphasizes offense and says you can't play defense, you can't close out on shooters, you can't land in airspace land in a circle. When the reality is, when you shoot a jump shot, you should come straight up and down. And if you land in front of where the hell you jumped from to shoot your jump shot, well, guess what? That's on you if you land on somebody's foot. Unless someone literally goes underneath you, which rarely happens. If you take a jump shot and you land 3 feet in front of yourself, and there's a guy contesting from 3 feet away, and y'all feet meet in the middle, well, that's incidental contact, man. And if you turn your ankle because of that's your damn problem. I think that's one of the worst rules they ever created. That was the Jaja Pachulia Kawhi Leonard rule. It was the worst rule they ever created. It's disincentivized playing defense because you're going to get called for a foul. Guys don't close out face on anymore. They close out to the sides, left or right. They don't close out face, in front of each other anymore. So it's destroyed the game that I used to love, that I have a hard time watching, to the point that I have barely turned on a game until the conference finals. Realistically, the stuff is completely disinteresting to me now. Like, I mean, other comments here between flopping and gambling, it's destroying the game. SGA is my least favorite NBA player button. Flopping does not belong in basketball. All that falling on the ground for no reason, for rolling around like you just got sniped from the rafters is wild. Nobody even touched you, and you're out here acting like you need a medic. It makes the game look soft, and it's just sad basketball. Yup. James Harden, LBJ, SGA, too many players flop. NBA allows carrying, palming, traveling. I mean, they allow traveling on every jump shot these guys take. Every step back shot now is a travel. Every drive to the rim is a travel. The step through crap is a travel. I mean, the amount of stuff they allow is traveling. But he says he agrees with see what play with Vlade Divac, the inventor of the flop. I'll tell you what, Vlade Divac would not even be a flopper compared to these guys right about now, if you want to be real. Flopping and traveling have ruined the game. That's why it's an all-time low with fans. Correct. This game is unwatchable. LeBron started this and never been fine. Tell the league don't show favoritism and call it amongst all. Chris Webber is 100% correct. It's a simple fix. You don't need to penalize players or give them text. Just don't call it. It will fix itself. I agree with. It will fix itself. If you don't call every time Shea falls on the floor, well, guess what? He'll stop falling on the floor. He'll actually worry about making the shot rather than trying to foul bait for some free throws. So LeBron took it to another level. I agree with C-Web myself, man. I'll be real. I completely agree with C-Web on this one. I despise flopping. I despise what has happened to the game of professional basketball. It's hard to watch. It's boring. It's uninteresting. There's no fight in these guys anymore. It's just show up and cash a check. They're overpaid. They're underworked. They want days off. They want load management. You got a league right now that has to implement rules in order for guys to play games, which to me in itself is a problem within the sport as it is. There are just so few words that you can look at. Like when you can look at right now, you look at the stats of the top scorers in the regular season, and you look at these numbers, and you look at the fact that Luka played 64 games, and they try to freaking have a waiver so he could get 65 or whatever it was for awards. I think he did he get it or not? I don't even know. Shea played 68 games. He missed 14 games still. Anthony Edwards misses 21 games. Jaylen Brown missed 11 games. Tyrese Maxey 12. Kawhi Leonard 17. Donovan Mitchell 12. Nikola Jokic 17. Devin Booker 18. Jalen Brunson missed 8. That's not a lot nowadays. Kevin Durant missed 4, but then he gets hurt in the playoffs. Jamal Murray missed 7. Wembanyama missed 18. Avdija 16. Siakam 20. Cunningham 18. Harden 12. Johnson 10. Banchero 10. Norman Powell 24. Trey Murphy 18. I'm sorry, 16. Like, is there a guy? Only guys that played the whole season are Desmond Bain, who played 82 games. I think Mikal Bridges played 82 games to keep the streak going. Colin Knippel played 81. Salute to him not being a pussy. Scotty Barnes played 80. Salute to him not being a pussy. But the fact that I'm looking at games played and there's so few guys that played 80 games or more, it's an embarrassment to the league. And this is what they've created. They've created a league of pussies, soft-ass bitches. Jeremiah Fears played 82 games as a rookie. Good for him. Tough motherfucker. Brandon Podziemski played 82 games. Salute. Reed Shepard played 82 games. Tim Hardaway Jr. played 80. Tumani Kamara played 82 games. Salute to Reed Shepard because he knew he could be in the G League next year. And he's like, I'm going to play every goddamn game I can play. Keldon Johnson played 82 games. So there's a few guys that did still play 82 games. I mean, some men that man the fuck up. Dante DiVincenzo played 82 and then he got hurt in the playoffs. Unfortunately, tearing his Achilles, so now he won't play all next year. But it's just gotten to be so embarrassing as a sport what's going on. And then you see guys just falling, flailing, whining. Their nose gets tapped. I'm going to flop my fucking head back. I mean, it's trash. And Chris Webber is part of the old school mentality. And it's physical game. This game ain't physical anymore, bro. It's soft. And, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate it, man. Hype the video. This is Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.